Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come out. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that.
Well, as you may be aware, Zambia has got a court case with the Lungu family in South Africa. And I was sincerely hoping this court case would have been broadcast so that people would be able to make their own assessments and be able to tell what's going on. But it seems like everything else is proceeding not on camera. So all we are getting are different sides of the story or the proceedings in court from the two opposing sides. So I'll try my best to give you both sides of the information coming from court as it proceeds. But I sincerely was hoping this thing would have been done on camera so that people will be able to assess themselves. But as things stand, this is what's going on in court. So according to the Daily Nation, Edgar Lungu fled from persecution. That's according to former First Lady Esther Lungu. So as she submitted to South African High Court that the failure by the Zambian government to facilitate a timely medical intervention despite full knowledge of the seriousness of his condition, constituted cruel and inhumane and degrading treatment. So based on the submission that came from the First Lady, that's where that extract is taken from. And other images have been coming up. So that's the picture when he landed in South Africa earlier on this year in January. So according to Emmanuel Mwamba, this picture here, he says, the day he arrived in South Africa as an ordinary citizen, on January 19th, 2025, President Edgar Chagwa arrived at OR Tambo International Airport in South Africa. There were no contingencies or special diplomatic service according to him. Earlier, he tussled with authorities to let him jump and leave the airport on the plane, and then the aviation security management was immediately suspended and later on fired. In this picture, President Edgar Lungu with his spouse, former First Lady Esther Lungu, and family spokesperson Makebi Zulu outside the airport waiting for a taxi. He never returned, meaning he never came back to Zambia. And there you can see Makebi Zulu. You can see why Makebi seems to be very passionate about this issue. So it seems like he was with the late president when he arrived in South Africa. And so you can see why they picked him as the family spokesperson. Now the story, indeed, it's beginning to play out, and he had assured the nation to say, no, the entire story is going to be narrated, and that's what's coming out. So that's the submission that came from South Africa. And then the UPND say the progressive forces of South Africa demands for answers from the South African Ministry of Home Affairs. So according to the UPND, there is that group that is calling itself Progressive Forces of South Africa, that wrote a letter which they published on their platform, and that's a letter where they're demanding the movement of the late President Edgar Lungu into their country. And then they say they quoted the passport number there, a diplomatic passport, but then again they also mentioned a Zimbabwean passport. Anyway, just a lot of stuff is mentioned in that letter. The authenticity of it, no one knows, but anyway, it's been quoted by the UPND there, you can see. And then the Patriotic Front also go on to say, Zambian based in South Africa joins the Edgar Chagwa Lungu's case, demands that the remains be repatriated repatriated, and President Hichilema should attend the funeral burial program. So it seems like another group of or if an individual has applied to join the case. I don't know if that has been allowed or it's possible, but yeah, so that the body be moved to Zambia. So those are the different sides I was telling you about, to say each side is presenting their narrative. This thing would have been just better just be on camera, so let it be televised, people make their assessments. This stuff of us hearing information from different sides of the aisle. Each one of them is going to peddle their own narrative or propaganda. So I don't see it helping, honestly. If there is a way they can make it just be televised, that would be the most ideal situation. And then part of what former First Lady presented, so evidence speaks louder than denial. The benefits were not suspended, they were revoked. So Pretoria, 11th July 2025, evidence has emerged directly contradicting the Zambian government's claim that the late President Edgar Chagwa Lungu's benefits were merely suspended. Mrs. Esther Lungu, widow to late President, being referred to here as respondent number one, has filed a powerful response in Gauteng High Court, Pretoria, where the Zambian government is seeking to block the burial of a former head of state in South Africa. And then she highlights a letter that was written to the late president. In fact, they had even published those documents earlier on as they are submitted in court, but obviously they've been restrained there. Anyway, as this court case proceeds, what is no bail for Faith Musonda, as the famous journalist is now charged with non-bailable offense of espionage. So as you remember, should have been like now a week ago, Faith Musonda had gone to Community House President Hakainde Hichilema's residence, where she was demanding to his audience, pretty much to have his audience. But whatever she did there has been categorized as espionage, and that's what she's been charged with. So that's a non-bailable offense. And she's likely to appear before court, aside from already pending court cases. That one is one of them that has come up. She's been charged actually with 2 counts, espionage and something else. So it hasn't just been highlighted here. So that's the situation going on with Faith Nsonda. And the court case in South Africa proceeds. So probably we're just going to hear the verdict at this point. I'll try to keep you updated as much as information seeps out of what's going on in South Africa. But from the look of things, it's likely to be closed doors, and only a verdict is going to be made public at this stage. So far, the former First Lady submitted that, and that's where things stand.